Hello. This week for my learning uh, journal, I was focusing on learning Google Meets. So part of my learning goal is to learn more about the features on Google Meet so that I can post a Google link so that if people want to meet, let's say, for example, virtually, I would have that available. The resources that I utilized this week, I focused on one resource only. And in that resource, the learning strategies that I used was reading and rereading. And as I was reading and going through the information, I was trying it out. So I would read parts of the information site, and then I would try that function on Google Meet. So here, the site, it gives you pretty much information on how to sign in. I signed in through a free account, which is my regular Gmail account that I have created. It gives us options on how to start a new meeting. So I did that. I tried that. How you can join a meeting if you need to, and then the different features. So this is where in this different feature area is where I went ahead and I started trying, right? Some of this made me commit errors, right? So I went through the trial and error, but at the same time, I was motivated because there was a very neat feature that I was able to include Jamboard into Google Meet, which is something that I had already reviewed earlier in my learning journal. So I do have the tab opened here where I started my Meet. So this is my actual Google Meet that I have already running. There's different options: the microphone, the camera, and something interesting was the closed caption. Right, there's closed caption options that if you go under the settings, you can change it into different, right? Spanish, English, French. So I tried some of these different ones as I was going through the presentation, and it's funny that as you're speaking, everything is coming out, right? The words are coming out, the letters are coming out, everything is on there. Another interesting fact is that if you change it, and this is something that I learned and I was very fascinated with it, is if I change it to Spanish, even if I speak in English, it won't pick it up. Pero si empiezo a hablar en español, entonces las palabras empiezan a aparecer en el otro idioma. Eso quiere decir que esta aplicación puede identificar diferentes idiomas. And that's really interesting that the application can pick up different languages. So to me, that was really, really, really interesting. This is where I would implement the Jamboard. So here it automatically creates the Jamboard, and that's awesome because I had already done a Jamboard before. So if I wanted to include this on my Google site, which is something that I want to do obviously towards the end, it's already embedded in there. So there was a lot of good learning this week. Here on my learning accomplishments, I talk about the different options as far as how to create the Meet, the available tools. I went over the Jamboard. I added the link there. Of course, the message options, share options. So I spent some time looking at all of the different features and options that are available through there. And then, of course, as a host, the different things that are available. And then this is where I did the captioning in English, the captioning in French, and then the captioning in Spanish. So that was very, very neat. And as far as my reflection, I felt that because there was a little bit of familiarity between Google Meets and Zoom, that kind of made me feel a little bit more comfortable. I did go through a lot of trial and error. So the connection to the article was not only that, the trial and error, but also the motivation, right? Because a lot of the things that I had already been doing through Jamboard, I was able to link here. And this makes me feel more excited, more capable to launch my site, which is already going to get completed already next week because this is week 6. So I feel very confident that that's going to be a great success. And I know that now that I went through the different options and different functions of Google Meets, I feel a lot more confident to use it in case I do want to incorporate it into part of my regular routine. Thank you.